Welcome to the credit game. Today, I've been waiting all year to do a video on something that I haven't shared with you yet. Please pay attention. Warning, this will affect your credit life. Today's topic that we're going to talk about is called zombie debt. Now, some of you guys probably heard of it, and most of you probably have not. Zombie debt is debt that's worse than regular debt. We're talking about debt that's not even yours. Think about this for a minute. Suppose you have collections, late payments, charge-offs, inquiries, and they're not even yours. You see, zombie debt is debt that was either mistakenly put on your credit report or somebody physically tried to harm you by putting debt on your credit report. Most zombie debt is actually debt that was somebody else that stole your credit, also known as identity theft. You see, zombie debt is not just, hey, I missed a payment, or hey, I had a collection that reported. We're talking about debt that you don't even know about. This is the worst kind of debt you can have when you're a victim. But you have to understand, I'm going to give you 3 tips today on how to prevent yourself and get yourself out of zombie debt. This is scary, guys. We're not talking about regular collections. We're talking about it's not even you. And this can affect your credit for the next decade. Can you imagine having a debt on your credit that you didn't even know about? That somebody went out and took a credit card out in your name. Somebody got a loan in your name. Somebody took a car out. Because you know how easy it is to steal social security numbers? You steal their name. You steal their social security number, you steal their address, and next thing you know, you become this person. And zombie debt is exactly that. The problem is, most people have no idea that they even have it. You see, 63% of Americans complain to the CFPB that they don't know what's on their credit report. They believe it's not even theirs. And matter of fact, most of the time, upwards of high 70%, the debt's not even yours. You see, collectors can make mistakes. Think about a collector. They're humans, right? And what is a collector going to do? A collector is going to do multiple things to harass you. You know those calls? They call you and they're like, hey, what's your name? What's your social security number? What's your address? I'll give you 3 tips. First of all, understand that they have rules and laws that they have to abide by. And if they don't, you can sue them. We're going to talk about what collectors do. We're talking about harassment. We're talking about calling your family members, right? What are some of the things they do? Garnish your way. I'm going to take your money from your checking account. These are some of the BS things that these collectors will come to you and say, hey, we want to collect our money, telling you the wrong amount, purposely lying to you, telling you that you owe this money, and if you don't, you're going to jail. That's the kind of stuff that zombie debt does. And remember, high 70% of that is actually BS. They cannot do that. They cannot harass you. So I'm going to give you the 3 tips of things you need to know right away about zombie debt. The first thing that you need to know about zombie debt is this: never, ever, ever, ever pay a debt that's not yours. If you know in your heart that that debt is not yours, the minute you pay that debt, guess what's happening? It becomes yours. You assume responsibility of the debt because you now have made a payment. Now we're not coming in as no contest to the courtroom. We're saying, hey, we're guilty. Here's your payment. We're not saying, hey, it's not ours. We're not saying innocent. We're saying, here, I'm going to pay it because I went off my credit report. The biggest mistake you will make is paying a debt that is not even yours. It's zombie debt. Number 2, you guys have to know your limitations. Statute of limitations to when they can collect this money. And each city/state has their own limitations of how long they can collect money from you or collect a date from you. So research your state and say, what is the statute of limitations that this debt can be collected on? Because creditors will harass the shit out of you. Day in, day night, calling your family members. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're calling your family members. Then your family members calling you going, hey, I got a call from this debt collector, saying that, John Smith owes the money. Right? They're calling your family. They're calling everybody in public record to figure out how they're going to collect on the money. And 77% of the time, they're wrong. They're harassing. They're telling you going to jail. They're making up stories. They're telling you more. The biggest thing you could do is actually know what's on your credit report. And this is one of the bonuses I'm going to tell you guys. You got to make sure you're looking at your credit report every single week. I would say every single week. Some people and analysts say every single month. I say look at it every week, because if you can look at it every week, you're going to know whether you have zombie debt on there. You have debt that's not yours. Okay? You have people that steal people's identity all the time. 63% of people are calling the CFPB saying, hey, this is not my debt. What are you going to do about it? You're going to let them harass you, or are you going to get this stuff removed off your credit report? So number 2 is you got to know the statute of limitations that they can even go after you if it was your debt. Now remember, these collection agencies are going to do everything they can to collect money. And they're wrong most of the time. But they have to follow the Protection Bureau, okay? They have to follow the CFPB, Consumer Finance Bureau. They have to follow that. They are governed by laws not to be able to harass human beings. So if you feel like you're being harassed, if you feel like you're being called, your family's being called, or they're telling you the wrong amount, they're telling you you're going to jail, they're telling you you're taking your money, you have to let them know. You have to let the CFPB know this is not acceptable. And they are breaking the law. These people are just collectors. They're human beings trying to collect money. Number 3, you guys don't pick up the phone, okay? The biggest mistake that I see people do is they end up picking up the phone. And you ever hear the comment, loose lips sink ships? What happens is they call you and they say, Mr. Jones, please. You got on the phone. And you said, yeah, this is me. Dead in the water. How about, who do I have? You see, a debt collector doesn't have the right to ask you your social security number, your date of birth, your name, your information. Because guess what? Guess what? If they were a real debt collector, or they were really trying to collect the debt, don't you think they already have all your information? Yes, they do. But what they're trying to do is have you validate the information to awaken the zombies. Because once that zombie debt is confirmed, you're literally dead for the next 7 years. So I always say, don't pick up the phone. Don't spend any time telling them your social, your name, your date of birth, your address. They legally cannot ask those questions, and you do not have to legally answer those questions. But you have to be checking your credit report, and you got to be doing it weekly. So you know if something pops up, you know what to do. Okay? So you guys got to know your rights, you know? You have to know your rights. And if you don't know your rights, you're going to get slammed. The biggest thing, I don't care if you have debts. I don't care if you have zombie debts. I don't care if you have collections. I don't care if you have judgments, foreclosures, repos. If you believe in your heart that that debt is not yours, you have the legal right to challenge anything on your credit report that you see that is negative, incorrect, obsolete, unfair, unduly that is on your credit report, you, I'm talking to you, have the legal right to challenge that information. Remember, the onus, responsibility is on them to prove it's not you, not the other way around. So, I'm going to tell you, most of you guys, 77% of the people I'm talking to right now, have incorrect, obsolete, unfair, unduly, negative information that is zombie debt on your credit report right now, and you don't even know it. So what are we going to do about it? The reason I've been waiting to do this video is because we are close to Halloween. We got FICO 10 coming out at the end of this year. We have the holidays coming up in the next month or two. You guys got to do something. Enough of this kicking tires, procrastinating on your credit. Because I've been sharing this, and if you've been following me for any length of time, even if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to tell you something. I do a video every single day. Not once a month, not even once a week. Every single day to make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes to credit. I want to make sure that whenever you have to think about credit, not even make a decision, but whenever you have to think about, what do I do here? I'm scared here. That you don't ever have to call a credit repair company again. You don't ever have to know, what do I do in this situation? Because you have the credit game. You have the person to credit. I created this for myself. And I built my credit from a 505 to an 827. I've been there for the last 6 years. If you have this, no great general would send you out to battlefield without having the credit game. So what we do is we attack the negative, incorrect, obsolete, unfair, unduly negative information on your credit report. I also give you step-by-step of exactly what I did. Not only that, you guys are getting elite credit repair, which is exactly going to attack zombie debt. Attack the debt. Know that you're in good hands. I've helped thousands of people in the last 60 days alone. You're no different. The only difference between the thousands of people in the last 60 days and you is you have not done step one. Step one is going to change your life. So here's what I need you to do. You need to pick up the phone. This is as simple as it is. 904-420-7772. If you can make that step right there, I promise your life will change. I guarantee your life will change if you take this first step of actually saying, you know what? I want a better car. I want a better house. I want the zombie debt off. I don't know what's on my credit report, but I want it cleaned up. I want it fixed. I want to add Tradeline to my credit report. We have the best in the world. Top Tradeline vendor in the world. Top credit repair agency in the world. You guys will have access to. And you'll have access to one platform that you can continue to log in with, an app right on your phone, where you'll be able to check and watch my videos step by step of how to do everything, so that way you never have to pay a credit repair company again. If you have clients, you want to start a credit repair business, everything is laid out, from that to the consumer itself who struggles with credit every day. If you're tired of being in the 4s, 5s, 6s, or even the 7s, you gotta pick up the phone so I can help you. My team out there wants to help you. They will do everything they can to help you, but you gotta want it for you. Let's get this debt cleaned up so you can live a life of freedom and stop being held back by these zombies. 904-420-7772. Guys, if you don't make a move, I'm telling you, forget zombie debt. FICO will smash you if you don't make a move quick. And I mean real quick, because we're coming up to where FICO is being introduced by the end of this year to lenders. Call me so I can change your life. It's Mike from The Credit Game. Take care.